morning, ma'am. This is chapter 5, the principles of police personnel management. Police personnel management includes developing and implementing principles and processes to create an organized, orderly, and friendly law enforcement work environment. The principle of police personnel management describes the function that deals with the exploitation process and steps to maximize police performance and efficiency. The development of this principle is considered a field of study, and there are several researchers and scholars who dedicated their lives and time toward the perfection of this principle. The various principles of police personnel management have been considered significant in the utilization of the organizational manpower to ensure success in law enforcement work. They were designed to simulate a competent police force that could deliver law enforcement. They were designed to stimulate a competent police force that could deliver law enforcement and social service beyond expectation. So, ang police personnel, ang pamunuan sa mga pulis, nagalakip sa pag-develop, pagpatungan sa mga prinsipyo, proseso para sa makakreate sa organisasyon, kasunod, maayong ang palibot sa trabaho. Para sa mga pulis, ang mga prinsipyo sila nagatulog sa pag-epekto ng magpagamit sa mga pulis para mapataas ang ilang performance, efficiency. Ang mga gatudlo kag mga nagasulat, nagasakripisyo sa ilang panahon kag puso para sa mapaayo nga sila nga prinsipyo nga nagahimos nga dako kag sa pagtuon. Okay, next. The principle of police personnel management also motivates people in the field of law enforcement to work hard and unconditionally so as to build public trust and respect. In order to attain the primary objectives of personnel management, it is very essential to keep the moral of individual police officer high. They must be motivated persistently and consistently in pursuit of greater quality of police service through the application of certain principles. Personnel management as an art gets the work done effectively and on time based on standard principles. And then a police officer's performance is amplified and increased with police executives or properly guided with particular philosophies. So, ang pagdumala sa mga personnel sa pulisya, importante din kasi ini nga motivate sa mga opisyal sa pulis nga nag-obra sin gusto kag wala nag-uuntat. Agad mabuligan ang mga paghimo sa pagsalig kag pagrespeto sa publiko. Agad makuha or mapalabot ang objectives nga nagatinguha sa pagdumala sa mga personnel. Importante din nga mataas ang moral kag tag sa papulis. Next. Principle of police personnel management. Principle of police personnel management. The principle of police personnel management were originally designed to aid police executives, supervisors, and managers in handling the people in law enforcement career. This principle needs to be followed when the intention is to increase the level of performance and competency of police officers. Enumerated and discussed below are suggested principles of police personnel that could lead a hand in improving the level of success police operation and activities. Ang mga prinsipyo sa pagmahala sa mga tao sa pulisya is originally din nga design para sa police executive, supervisor, and manager sa pag-iakot sa mga tao sa mga law enforcement. First, division of labor. It denotes a process of accomplishing tasks in order to increase work performance through the group of workers based on work performance through the grouping of workers based on their area of specialization and expertise. To attain the purpose of the division of labor, organizational structures are established to allow police executive and supervisors to divide the work from among the various components of the organization. Division of labor does not only involve the breaking down of police activities into its division division and units, but also the integration of efforts of the different components. The incorporation of efforts and activities performed by each component such as division and units requires proper coordination of people in the organization to accomplish the job effectively. So, ang division ng labor naman kuno o pagtulungan sa obra amo ang proseso sa pag-allocate sa mga buluhaton at mapataas ang performance ng trabaho pamaagi sa pag-group sa mga trabahante based sa ilang area sa specialization and expertise. Unity of command. The organization must not only identify the different work and activities to be performed, and the specific individual will be responsible to accomplish and perform them. It also has to organize its structure to provide crisis channels of authority. These channels of authority involve the managerial aspect that enables one to logical spot specific personnel who will do the management and supervision of police officers. This principle provides that every individual employee should be placed under the direct supervision of but one manager. Therefore, the organization shall be structured in such as a way that employee reports that only one when an employee reports to only one supervisor, conflict in the organization could be prevented and avoided. The unity of command principle provides a clear reporting scheme and structure of authority within the organization. It also improves accountability because specific manager has been assigned to supervise a certain group of people that makes him the only person accountable for the action of his subordinates. So, ang unity of command, nag-prinsipyo sa pagdumala nagpakita nga dapat may isa ka manager nga nag-supervise sa talang empleyado sa isa ka organisasyon. Ini nga instruktura nag-sigurado na klaro ka ang reporting struktura sa autoridad kag responsibilidad kay ang isa ka manager lang ang responsible sa isa ka specific nga grupo sa mga tao. Sila lang ang accountable sa mga action sa ilang mga subordinates. Ang ining prinsipyo nagapayag sa mga konflikto sa nag-aayos sa mga kaukusan sa epektidad sa mga organisasyon. Next. Span control. Several studies show that span of control has originated from span of attention in psychology, which denotes the duration or the ability of a person to focus on a single subject. These ideas being translated in administrative operation or in management of individual in the workplace. The principal span control is the dimension of organizational design by number of subordinates that report directly to the assigned manager. It relates to the number of employees that can effectively supervised by manager. There are some factors that affect span of control, such as the capacity of the manager and those under his supervision, the kind of work being performed, the distance between organizational components, the difficulty of the work, the area covered by the work, and the time needed to perform the task. The span of control has been considered as a very important concept of human resources management, considering the significance of supervisory effectiveness in the attainment of the organizational goals and objectives. Since the purpose of span control is to define the number of people that a manager can supervise successfully, the effectiveness of the supervisory aspect is assured. So, ang span of control naman ito, nag-aaral sa konsepto sa span of attention. Sa psikolohiya, nga nag-refer sa kadamuon sa mga empleyado nga direkta nga report sa isa ka manager. Isa ining importante nga aspekto sa pag-disenyo sa organisasyon. Kaya ini ang mga kung pila ka mga empleyado ang mahimo sa epektibo sa pagbantay sa isa ka manager. Delegation of work. It is characterized by defining and placing the job under one's care and authority in order to maximize the level of work output. Delegation of work is process of committing the activities and tasks to a particular individual to carry out specific objectives. When delegation of work has been practiced in the organization, enough authority needed to accomplish the task must also be delegated. Once authority is granted, the person who delegated the work remains accountable for the outcome of delegated work. Basically, delegation empowers subordinates to make decisions and to accomplish the job to the best of their abilities. Even though authority can be delegated, accountability cannot be delegated because the one who delegates the task ultimately accountable on the possible work result. For better understanding, it is necessary to be familiar with the different elements of delegation, which are as follows. So, delegation of work naman niya, ina-characterize sa pag-define pag-placing sa obra under sa isang authority para ma-maximize ang level sa work output. Ang delegation of work is the process sa mga comment sa activities ka task sa isa ka individual na carry out a specific object. That's all. Thank you.
Morning mga kainis, kasi naman sa university o So, the elements of delegation. The manager performed a variety of activities, and for him to perform all of this, he has to delegate some of the tasks to his subordinates. This is where delegation comes into play, whereby certain jobs are given to certain individuals and choose the work of the manager by principle. Delegation of authority can be defined as a subdivision and sub-allocation of authority and powers of the subordinates in order to achieve effective result given below are the elements of the nature of the delegation. So, as a leader, so dapat naman ako mag-delegate ka ako. So, dapat ako ang magsalim ko sa inyong mga employees ka, sa inyong mga subordinates. So, where is the first is authority? What is authority? Authority is the context of law enforcement. Authority is defined as the absolute power and right of a person to give orders, make decisions, and utilize financial and manpower resources of the organization so as to achieve the organizational objectives. The authority must be well defined to guide personnel on the limits and scope of their authority so that the possible misuse of authority could be prevented. Ultimately, the top level of management has greater scope of authority compared to the lower ones. Based on the aforementioned authority, always knows that the top of use, the authority possesses certain individuals in organization they have the right to give directives, orders, and commands to be adopted this time. So, have authority or you have the right to delegate as to others. So, ang authority. So, the second is responsibility. This refers to the duty and obligation of the person to accomplish and complete the task assigned to him by virtue of delegation and designation. Once responsibility is given, the person concerned should ensure that accomplishes the task assigned to him within the expected time. He should not make any excuses for the use of complete the task assigned to him. So, this is how the authority was also granted so that the assigned responsibility will be there out of the class from order and difficulty. In contrast, with authority, the flow of responsibilities from bottom to top, which requires the dedicated subordinate to explain and justify in case the one pay work. So, sabi naman, so kapag ang responsibility is important na nalagay mo ang task is wala kang responsibility na direct. So, dito ba, if you are advocating, you are also responsible for that. So, the third is accountability. What is accountability? In personnel management, He denotes the obligation to explain for any variance and deficiency on police performance, while duty and responsibility can be delegated, accountability on the other hand cannot be. For enhanced aid, has given task with sufficient authority that he delegates task to be and ask to him ensure that tasks are done properly. Based on the foregoing, authority comes from A, the responsibility must B, and finally accountability. Also, there's A, ultimately the top level management, where authority comes is most accountable for the performance factor. The people without organizational hierarchy, simply words accountability means being answerable for the end result, and it can be still it rises from responsibility. So, I would say accountability. So, kung ikaw ang accountable for this task, so for this work, so you are liable to that, and you need to explain kung kaamin niya ang outcome, kung kaamin niya ang quality, kaamin niya ang mga accountability. So, katinda sa steps ng delegation. When you say delegation, in order to attain the purpose of delegation, authority top level management has to work the system through the employment of several state delegation is not because the authority possessed by the particular individual delegates somebody to accomplish specific task. To ensure success, the manager delegating someone has to observe strictly the following sequence of steps guarantee positive result. So where's the steps of guarantee positive result? A. Assignment of duties. So under this step, the top level management has to identify first the activities, tasks, and duties that will be delegated to the subordinates. After this, the management shall require explain and discuss the expected result and performance from subordinates. The basic is form of assignment and duties is clarification of duties in the application of expected result and performance. So, assignment of duties o assignment of duties o isang assignment of duties ang pinasalitan sa presidio o ikaw ang kinatugyan sa mga obligasyon mo o ang mga nilalas ang in-execute na kung ano ang resulta sa iyong mga maging performance. So, granting of authority. This step involves the all subdivision and sharing of authority which subordinates to accomplish the pre-established task. When authority is granted, subordinates are now given enough freedom to carry out the task with their supervision. The managers at all levels usually delegate authority and power attached to their job, decisions to their subordinates. The subdivision of powers is within the organization, yet effective, so for this mode, reduce the workload of the superiors. So when we say granting of authority, so ako sa so kung okay naman ang mga ganyan mo ang hinahatag sa yung delegation mo sa work, kung pinasan sa tao sa person. So, kung pagkatag mo sa authority, so dapat gina-follow mo. So, kung sino kung natawag mo sa autoridad para matulungan ng assign work na to or remove ng task para sa mga performance ng authority. So, the defining responsibility. The delegation process doesn't stop after the authority has been granted and given to the subordinates. Since the authority has already been granted, the subordinates have the obligation now to work toward the duties and tasks assigned to them. Responsibility has been considered as the factor of obligation of individuals to carry out the assigned duties to the best abilities as related to the superior. It gives effectiveness to authority when it is treated absolutely and directly shifted. So, defining responsibility. So, ang responsibility ang mga task na dapat natutuman ng obligasyon sa isang tao o grupo sa pagsiguro sa paiwan sa ibang tao sa mga Creating accountability na limited subordinate must logically know the accountability in cases of non-performance failure lies on the indicator, therefore the assigned task will be performed effectively and beyond expectations so that the interest of the top level management is protected fundamentally accountability is the obligation of the individual to carry out this duty based on the standards of performance. The authority is delegated responsibility. This accountability is imposed, which is normally given to the litigator himself. So, really accountability. So, example is, pagkakag sa tao ng mga kung mga tanong sa mga trabaho at kadaitiano o regular na pag-iwan sa mga ito active sa mga proyekto ng trabaho na ginaunan sa mga tao ng mga projects. So, personal development. Personal development signifies an advancement in terms of skills, knowledge, and job level of competency and reliability, one of the main factors in contribute to the development of personnel or ability is the practice of dedication. Obviously, dedication can be enhancing the managerial capacity of the students who perform a managerial job in the absence of his superior or when he is unable to act. It is one of the several response of police personnel management which allows students to learn and develop. In supervisor consider dedication, take together is called learn subordinates and supervision and supervisors, and eventually they will become future competitors, but again, the one matters is that there is an organization between other there is some particular individuals. So ang nagkakaroon sa development is usapon is para sa mga workshop o training seminars para sa mga bagong teknolohiya o sa mga skills na trabaho. So, pag-mentor sa mga bagong empleyado o sa mga empleyado na gusto mag-uswakan bilang kasanag sa ilang trabaho. So, number 6, exception principle. It is a method or plan of supervision that gives significance on the deviations from the normality of decisions to meet the present situation that controls factors. Any deviation of the usual standards of action is brought to the attention of the supervisor for consideration and decision making in usual cases. So, what is exception is also exception is also for example sa isang opisina na ito ay magkakaroon na ng trabaho sa English. Octo fairness, pero may isang kailangan na ginagawa ng trabaho sa bato. Yung mga isang ginagawa ng mga proyekto. So, dependent staff work. This principle provides that the person to whom the work has been given has to complete the assigned task based on the accepted results after the completion of the assigned task.
Analysis. Through job analysis, the considerable quota for female and male applicants is determined as well as the skills and education qualification needed by the organization. It is an important process of identifying the job in terms of activities involved and attributes needed to perform the work and identify major job requirements. Effective job analysis will provide information to organization which helps to determine which employee are best and fit for the specific position during job analysis and analyze the need to understand what the important tasks of job are, how they are carried out, and necessary yung qualities needed to complete the job successfully. Agi sa job analysis, mabalaan sa recruitment officer nga ang quota sa female kag male applicant kay ma-determine nila ang skills in education background sa isang aplikante para mabalaan kung fit siya sa isa ka obra na pag-ihatag sa iya. Job analysis has been considered as the primary instrument used to collect necessary data that will guide the recruitment committee in decision making. The collection process results in the establishment and completion of the job description and job specification. Any job vacancy can be filled exactly and correctly when the job description and specification have not been given emphasized. It is necessary to define accurately and correctly in order to fit the right person at the right place at the right time. Based on this premise, both job and description and job specification are essential part of job analysis, which is very vital during the recruitment process. Police job description defined. Police job description refer to a list that individual used to accomplish police primary tasks, functions, position, and responsibility. It is abstract of information derived from the result of job analysis that describe the duties to be performed, the responsibilities involved in condition of job, and relation of job to other job in organization. This is the most important piece of document for someone who is venturing into the new area of law enforcement work. Basically, it states the main duties and responsibilities to fulfill in the course of police activities. Usually, a job description contains the following significance. Ang police job description naman, kung sa describe niya kung ano ang trabaho sa isang aplikante kung makasulod na sa isa ka obra. Ang iyang task, ang iyang function, ang position niya, at siya, ang responsibility. Tapos, diniwan mabataan kung qualified yun or ng fit yun ang isang aplikante sa isang obra. Number 1, the job title, location, and job summary. Ang titulo sa trabaho, lugar kag summary sa isang obra. The specific primary responsibility and duties to be performed by personnel. Ang specific nga responsibility nga ihatag sa iya kag duty nga iya pagtrabaho. The percentage of time devoted to each day. Ang oras sa trabaho nga magahimo na sa isang adlaw. Number 4, the performance standard set by the organization and the expected work performance result. Ang gina-expectar nga resulta sa inyong performance sa isang organisasyon. Number 6, the number of people working on the same job in the relationship with their other job. Ang kadapuon sa mga tao na nagtatrabaho sa among trabaho kag ang relasyon sa trabaho sa ibang mga trabaho. Number 7, the manner and system of reporting as well as the superior and subordinate relationship. Ang paagi kag sistema sa pagpatil na ang relasyon sa pinuno kag subordinate. Number 8, the equipment, facilities, and other material and physical resources needed to facilitate the job effectively. Ang kinahanglan ng equipment, facilities, and other materials and physical resources na kinahanglan para maubra ang trabaho effectively. Police job specification. It is a written statement of educational qualification, specific qualities, psychological, neurological, mental, emotional, and physical and health condition, level of experience, communication skills, leadership skills, technical skills, and ability required from a worker to perform the job satisfactorily. The job specification is importantly used in the recruitment and selection process of applicants since it indicates the desirable personal qualities required from applicants. On the issue of personal replacement, designation, and transfer of assignment and promotion, job specification is considered essential, and job specification provides the following significant information. Sa police job specification naman diri na specify ang tanan nga kinahanglan sa isa ka aplikante para maubra niya ang isa ka job or task nga ginahatag siya effectively. Amo sa ang written statement para sa isa ka applicant ano sa iya nga trabaho. Number 1, the educational and academic qualification of applicant. Ang mga edukasyon at academic nga mga ikinaiya sa aplikante. Number 2, psychological, emotional, and neurological mental health aptitude and intelligence. Ang physiological at emotional nga police job analysis. Through job analysis, the considerable quota for female and male applicants is determined as well as the skills and education qualification needed by the organization. It is an important process of identifying the job in terms of activities involved and attributes needed to perform the work and identify major job requirements. Effective job analysis will provide information to the organization which helps to determine which employee are best and fit for the specific position during job analysis and analyze the need to understand what the important tasks of job are, how they are carried out, and necessary human qualities needed to complete the job successfully. Agi sa job analysis, mabalaan sa recruitment Sa recruitment officer nga ako, ang quota sa female kag male applicant kag ma-determine nila ang mga skills in education background sa isang aplikante para mabalaan kung fit siya sa isa ka obra nga iyang mag-ihatag sa iya. Job analysis has been considered as the primary instrument used to collect necessary data that will guide the recruitment committee in decision making. The collection process results in the establishment and completion of the job description and job specification. Any job vacancy can be filled exactly and correctly when the job description and specification have not been given emphasized. It is necessary to define the accurately and correctly in order to fit the right person at the right place at the right time. Based on this premise, both job and description and job specification are essential part of job analysis, which is very vital during the recruitment process. Police job description defined. Police job description refer to a list that individual use to accomplish police primary tasks, functions, position, and responsibility. It is abstract of information derived from the result of job analysis that describe the duties to be performed, the responsibilities involved in condition of job, and the relation of job to other job in organization. This is the most important piece of document for someone who is venturing into the new area of law enforcement work. Basically, it states the main duties and responsibilities to fulfill in the course of police activities. Usually, a job description contains the following significance. Ang police job description naman, kung nasabi na, describe niya kung ano ang trabaho sa isang aplikante kung makasulod na sa isang obra. Ang iya na task, ang iya na function, ang position niya, kag siya, kag ang responsibility. Tapos, dili man mabataan kung qualified yun or ng fit yun ang isang applicant is isang obra. Number 1, the job title, location, and job summary. Ang titulo sa trabaho, lugar, kag summary sa isang obra. The specific primary responsibility and duties to be performed by personnel. Ang specific nga responsibility nga ihatag sa iya ang duty nga iya magtrabaho. The percentage of time devoted to each day. Ang oras ng trabaho nga magahimong na sa isang adlaw. Number 4, the performance standards set by the organization and the expected work performance result. Ang gina-expectar nga resulta sa inyong performance sa isa kang organisasyon. Number 6, the number of people working on the same job and the relationship with their other job. Ang kadamuhon sa mga tao na nagatrabaho sa akong trabaho kag ang relasyon sa trabaho sa ibang mga trabaho. Number 7, the manner and system of reporting as well as the superior and subordinate relationship. Ang paakig kag sistema sa pagpatil na ang relasyon sa pinuno kag subordinate. Number 8, the equipment, facilities, and other material and physical resources needed to facilitate the job effectively. Ang kinahanglan ng equipment, facilities, and other materials and physical resources na kinahanglan para maobra ang trabaho effectively. Police job specification. It is a written statement of educational qualification, specific qualities, psychological, neurological, mental, emotional, and physical and health condition, level of experience, communication skills, leadership skills, technical skills, and ability required from a worker to perform the job satisfactorily. The job specification is importantly used in the recruitment and selection process of applicants since it indicates the desirable personal qualities required from applicants. On the issue of personal replacement, designation, and transfer of assignment and promotion, job specification is considered essential, and job specification provides the following significant information. Sa police job specification naman, diri na specify ang tanan nga kinahanglan sa isa ka aplikante para makubra niya ang isa ka job or task na hinahatag siya effectively. Ang isa ang written statement para sa isa ka applicant tungod sa iya na trabaho. Number 1, the educational and academic qualification of applicant. ang mga edukasyon at academic nga mga kinaiya sa aplikante. Number 2, psychological, emotional, and neurological mental health aptitude and intelligence. Ang physiological kag emotional nga number 3, the level of memory, degree in judgment, leadership skills, and adaptability. Number 4, the behavioral, character, ethics, manner, and creativity. Number 5, experience, knowledge of job skills to accomplish the job. Police recruitment planning. It is suggested that before the police organization will attempt to engage on the actual process of recruitment, it must determine first the number of personnel that should be enlisted. This involves the study of labor supply of jobs to determine personnel recruitment based on necessity and the community population through the recruitment planning. The quota for male and female is determined as well as the necessary skills and knowledge needed in the recruitment planning. The different activities needed to facilitate the admission of right individual are identified and enlisted. The recruitment plan, the different strategies and other recruitment techniques are established to guide the recruitment panel during the recruitment and selection procedure by the principal. Police personnel planning is pre-established plan of activities which were designated originally to shed light to the hiring process. In recruitment planning, the job specification is given emphasized to ensure the enlistment of highly competent and qualified applicant that could aid the organization in doing social obligation. Sa police recruitment planning naman rin ginaganuhan kung ano ang mga kinahanglan para makibaluan kung sino ang applicant kag kung pilang applicant ang kinahanglan sa isa ka obra para ma-perform ang isa ka job effectively. Police recruitment. The recruitment is the first procedure of hiring process in which its purpose is to attract young and qualified people during the recruitment process. The recruitment committee employs recruitment plans and strategies which were designated during the police recruitment planning. This usually starts with dissemination of information regarding the schedules and deadlines of submission of application folder. The recruitment process is deemed a failure if did not draw candidates that with desirable educational and character background. Therefore, widespread publicity must be done and it should be addressed to a particular population through the use of certain medium. It is also necessary to assess the duties and responsibility for which applicants are being sought in order to determine the suitability of their qualification. The recruitment in the Philippine National Police is determined by the National Police Commission depending on the availability of annual quota and demands of police service. It is also considered the stability of peace and order, crime rate, and crime problems. Sa police recruitment, ang isang pinakaunang procedure para sa pag-hire sa isa ka applicant. Dire na-determine ang mga skills and ang kakayahan sa isa ka aplikante para sa isa ka obra. Dire man na-determinar ang mga kinahanglan ng mga tao para magka-successful ang isang organisasyon. Para sa Philippine National Police naman, ang recruitment is ginadeterminar din ang availability sa annual quota for demand of police service.